So Devon Larratt has claimed that him versus Vitali is going to be a mismatch. Let's take a look at this clip.
I was gonna. I was on the verge of cracking that guy's wrist back.
No,
You
you
had it.
weren't.
You had to give me 5 more seconds, and Vitali was done.
You're talking
Right? You
about
better
the on the match at the
5 more
outside?
seconds. 5 more seconds, and it was over. It was over. Everybody would have been gone from, oh, Devon's a weak old man to, oh, Devon is still super, super strong. 5 seconds. That's the difference.
So after this, the practice pull was interrupted by Don Idris, the Core Sports CEO. He said that this is the kind of shit that people need to pay to watch. Do not arm wrestle anymore. This will be on a pay-per-view someday in the future, which makes total sense. But Devon was saying somewhere around pull number 5 or 6 out of the 7-8 times that he was pinned by Vitali Laletin, that you will witness my slow burning candle. So basically you're going to get stopped and you'll see who wins from now on. But it did not happen. In fact, Vitali told him that no, that's not my plan, and he in fact pinned him a couple of times more after that as well. So to us arm wrestling fans, and maybe to even Vitali Laletin, it did not seem as if he was about to get stopped by Devon anytime soon, which is completely contrary to what Devon claimed here. Devon knows better, and maybe Vitali knows even better than Devon. But we will say that Vitali looked dominant in this match. And don't get me wrong, by no means I'm saying that Vitali is the favorite against Devon in an actual super match. By no means I'm saying that Vitali is stronger than Devon. In fact, I believe the complete opposite of both of these things, which I'll explain later on in this video. So this practice pull situation is kind of confusing to me, and maybe to you guys as well, and maybe also to the experienced arm wrestlers too. And what I'm talking about here is arm wrestling without any rest in those practice pulls. In all of these situations which I will list now, there is one guy who's stronger, clearly stronger, and there is one guy who is more endurable. He has an insane stamina. So the pulls that come to my mind is Alex Cordeche versus Devon, the left arm, where he pinned Devon about a couple of dozen times before he got stopped eventually. So the question is, what would happen if there were actual rest times between those rounds and the match was an actual super match? Does the guy who got tired in the 17th practice pull, does he get tired before that or after that? It's kind of a situation where it's a 400-meter run, you go all out, and compared to that you have 4 different 100-meter runs with 2 minutes rest in between. Of course the timing is going to be better in the second situation, but is it the same with arm wrestling? So the guy who has more endurance, he gets the strap taken off to get a couple of minutes rest, and of course he's going to recover better. So does that mean instead of pinning the guy 7-8 times, he's going to pin him 12 times, 13 times because he's getting more rest? Well, that may be the case, but on the other side there will be more setup time, more messing with the hand and tiring of the hand during the setup. That is going to play in favor of Devon Larratt. So I'm not sure how much weightage we should give to both of these things. Eventually there may be a result which some experienced arm wrestlers can find out, but it's really difficult. And similar practice pulls are between Zaur Pezulaev and Denis Siplankov. Zaur pinned Denis about 3 different times, and then after that Denis put the brakes on, and after that it was all over. So eventually there comes a time, even in a super match or even in these practice pulls, where a definite level of fatigue sets in. After that you don't recover at all. You won't even recover after 6 hours of rest. The arm, the muscles, they just go away. And if Devon is able to cause that before these 7-8 practice pulls in an actual super match, then the match may favor him, otherwise it may favor Vitali Laletin. I know exactly what I felt, and so does Vitali. He knows what's up. I don't even know if I want the match anymore. It's just probably pretty easy. So really confident words from Devon Larratt. But as we discussed earlier, it did not seem like that from the practice pull. And the thing that we talked about early on, I believe that Devon is in fact stronger than Vitali Laletin in at least the pronation sense, or at least in a defensive way. He may not be able to take Vitali off center like he did against Hermes, but I think he will beat him unless he has some crazy weakness that we don't know of against some taller level top rollers, taller height top rollers. that we have not seen yet. Maybe against Matt Mask we saw that little bit, but we did not really see that against Kordecha in the practice pulls, where Devon eventually stopped him before it was too late, even if it was a super match setting. So that's how I feel about this situation. If we look at the comparison, Hermes Gasparini versus Dave Chaffee, absolute war. Then Vitali Laletin versus Dave Chaffee. I'll say the first one was a war. The second one was very easy for Vitali. But even in that match, the final round, in the straps, Vitali could not beat Dave. And Devon versus Dave. Devon was basically experimenting and playing with Dave Chaffee right from round 1. He hooked him without the straps, if I remember correctly. So the comparison is not there if we compare Dave Chaffee, Hermes and Vitali Laletin. Then Hermes versus Vitali, absolute war. Hermes versus Devon, not even close. And maybe we can include the Kordecha versus Hermes match here as well, because that was too long ago, so maybe we shouldn't include that. And Hermes versus Devon was obviously kind of a mismatch at that time. Now we have seen Devon versus Vitali. Until now, Devon was never speaking so confidently about defeating Vitali. He was always like, Vitali scares me and he's going to destroy me. I don't want that match. But now that he has practiced with Vitali, in which Vitali looked dominant, Devon has found a new confidence, saying that he is going to beat Vitali Laletin. Is it true? Well, we'll discuss some other topics in the next video. Maybe Devon is having some difficult time figuring out things, because he even said that I almost beat Vitali Laletin. I almost beat Levan Saginashvili, which is a different subject for a different video that we'll discuss. So if you like the video, thanks for watching. Please like it and subscribe, and I'll see you again.